know this. It's no big deal. It's just my signed promise towel. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. We are doing something different today. Welcome to my first episode of BOBA, which stands for being overly biased about. And then I choose one to be overly biased about. It's essentially just an excuse for me to talk about whatever I want to talk about. The thought is I'm going to talk about stuff that I really love, and I'm just gonna biasfully talk about something I love. Hopefully for not too long, but you know how it goes. I ramble. I have a lot to say, okay? So for my first installment of BOBA, we are going to be talking about Promise 9. So to start with my history of Promise 9, I was introduced to them back in 2018. I first heard them through Kville, and I was intrigued, but I didn't really know who they were. I got really into Promise 9 in 2018 at KCON New York because they were there. Yeah, by the way, I am wearing a Christmas shirt that has cats. It's never too soon to celebrate the holidays. While I was at KCON, I went with my friend who didn't really know anything about K-pop, but he went with me, thankfully, and we were just having a grand old time, and we heard about that group, Promise 9, and nobody seemed to care about them. It was really sad, because if you don't know, KCON does these artist engagement meet and greet stuff, and you can, like, if you buy the meet and greet pass, you get random artists, and a lot of people had the Promise 9 pass, and they, like, would just drop them on the ground because they couldn't even sell them. And that's just so devastating. Why wouldn't you want to meet Promise 9? They're adorable. They're amazing. Ugh. People. So we took it upon ourselves to be the biggest Promise 9 fans there that we could be. And so we went to the meet and greet. I didn't do the high touch, and I will always hate myself for it, but it was fine. My friend did it, though. He doesn't even like K-pop. But it's cool. Saw them at the concert. They were fantastic. They were adorable. Love them, love them, love them. Mwah. So after KCON happened, I became obsessed. I learned all the members. I watched Idol School, because if you didn't know, Promise 9 is actually from Idol School, and there's 9 of them, hence the name, From Is 9. I know, it's crazy, right? Yep, it was a survival show thingamajig, and it wasn't that great of a show, but I watched it, and yeah, Promise 9. As of right now, Promise 9 has now 6 title tracks. My ranking of the title tracks would be DK DK, Love Bomb, Glass Shoes, Two Heart, their new one, Feel So Good, and then Fun at the bottom. So yeah, if you didn't know, Promise 9 just had a comeback. Feel So Good, and it's so good. It's not their best, obviously, as you just saw my ranking. I didn't put it at the top, but it's still really good, and I'm just so excited to have them back. I feel like the world has not been the same since Promise 9 left us. It's been over a year, okay, since Promise 9 has been around. You know what's happened in this past year? You know all the big events that have happened since Promise 9 just decided to erase themselves from existence? I'm not saying 2020 stuff is their fault. I'm just saying it's very suspicious. The world seemed to fall apart when we didn't have a Promise comeback. All alleged, nothing's being said, okay? Promise has some albums. Look. I have my Promise 9 collection here. We've got To Heart, which is their first one. Yes, as you can see. Oh, I have Naki's picture in there right now. But yep, this version is so hard to get now, so if you find this for a cheap price, you should get it. Cuties. Then we had Today. Also very cute. Makes a little cute. This, the greatest piece of work ever, an absolute masterpiece. Every song's a 10 out of 10. I am obsessed with the styling and everything, and oh my god, it's a work of art. And then we got Fun Factory, and I have a signed copy of all the members on the orange one because orange is my favorite color. I will warn you, Promise 9 stuff started to get harder and harder to find, so if you're thinking of standing and collecting, get on that while you can. My favorite B-sides off of these albums would include, and in no particular order, but if you are looking to maybe explore the discography of Promise 9 and don't know where to start, here are my favorites. Coloring, which is off of this, as well as Dancing Queen. Really, if there's a Promising to own, it's this. And then off of the To Heart album, my favorite B-sides are Pinocchio and Miracle. Off of the Today album, my favorite B-side is 22nd Century Girl, and that is possibly my favorite Promise song ever. I love that song so much. And seeing them perform it at KCON was... I didn't even know it at the time, but it was a dream come true. And now let's talk about the members. I love every single one of them so dearly. We'll just keep this between you and me. But I think Promise 9 is the most... They might be the most beautiful group in K-pop. If you see this recent music video, stunning. Every single one of them. I love them so much. If I had to pick my bias, well, I struggled for a very long time. I've really been like... It's been like going back and forth between 4 of the members. And those members are Hayoung, Jiwon, Seram, and Nakyung. And as you saw from my green, I had Nakyung as my bias for quite a bit. And it has actually changed. And I'm pretty sure I have confirmed my Promise 9 bias now. Hayoung! She's just so cute. Top 5 smile in K-pop. I guess I should also say I did see them again at KCON New York in 2019 and then again at KCON LA of 2019. So I've seen them 3 times and love them every time. They're beautiful women. I love them. So if you follow me on Twitter, you would know about this vaguely. I had the plan of filming a video about Promise 9 back in like June or July, and I actually kind of went through it. I did a practice round. I was preparing for it. I was gonna do it. And that video idea was I was going to hold a ritual to bring back Promise 9. I found a ritual that you could perform online that brings back a loved one. And I was going to make a video doing that for Promise 9. And although the video never came, I'm happy to see that it worked. I did so much prep for that video too. I learned how to play their songs on like the piano and stuff. I put in so much work and it never happened. But you know what? It's fine because here we are. Promise is still alive. They're back with us. Okay, now I'm going to go through reasons why I love them and why I think you should love them too. Number one, they have amazing covers. Just search Promise 9 covers. They have so many. Their FX Red Light cover is one of my favorite covers of all time in K-pop. They did SNSD Into the New World. It's phenomenal. They did Red Flavor by Red Velvet at KCON. They recently did 4 Minute Crazy, and it's great. They've done Twice stuff. They're so good. It's like every cover they do, it feels like they could have come from them themselves. It doesn't feel like they're just covering a song. Like it really, it's, they're so talented. Number two, there's no weak member. Now, controversial opinion here, maybe, but we all know that like every group has that like one member that isn't necessarily the weakest, but isn't promoted very well. Either they don't get screen time, they don't get lines, we have no control over it, it's just what the company does to the members, and it's unfortunate. I don't get that with Promise 9. They have a pretty good line distribution, pretty good video distribution, maybe some more than others depending on the comeback or the music video. And of course, their main vocalists get more lines, but but you don't have like a one-liner, you know? And for a group with 9 members, that's pretty impressive that, you know, every member gets time to shine. And I love that. Number 3, they're absolutely hilarious. If you get a chance, just watch any type of Promise 9 variety. They did an Idol Room episode with Luna, and they're hysterical. Like, even when they vanished in our time of need, they would upload content to their YouTube, and they're so funny. I feel like you could stand Promise 9 and not like any of their music just because the girls are that lovable. I need to catch up on some of their stuff. I really just want to like binge all kinds of Promise content right now. I'm really in a Promise frenzy. Number 4, a fresh concept. Now, that might not make any sense, but hear me out. At the beginning of Promise 9, at the beginning of Promise 9's career, they definitely had the more like school girl concept thing, which like, that wasn't very fresh. That's been overdone many times. After that, how they evolved from that, I think is so fresh. Love Bomb and DKDK, even Fun, and now even this. They don't feel like these concepts we're getting from other groups. Like, they're still cute and fun, but they just feel like a mature, cute, and fun, and just like authentic. You know, it's a similar thing I get when I watch Oh My Girl, in that their concept never feels like it's this calculated thing or it's something that the members hate doing. It feels like they're just being themselves, and I love that. I love a girl crush concept as much as the next person, but I also really love these like fresh, cute concepts that just are happy. And I don't know how to put it in words. And the other thing about Promise 9 is I don't know if they're considered Nugu, but they're not popular necessarily. Like, they're getting more popular as they go. They're definitely not like this household name of K-pop, and like I said, at KCON, no one knew who they were. More people knew them the next year, thank God. Thank God. They never give me that Nugu feel necessarily. They don't seem like they're running low on a budget, or that they're just throwing stuff to the wall to see what hits, or that they're just following whatever the popular trend is in K-pop. It's like they have this kind of idea of who they are, and they're going with it, and if you love them, you love them, and they'll grow a fan base that way. I don't know. Didn't put that in words very well, hopefully you get what I mean. But yeah, that's why I love Promise 9. I hope you maybe love Promise 9 too, or you're at least intrigued to check them out. You should let me know your favorite things about Promise 9. I could have gone on for longer than this, I'm sure, but I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're busy, and now you have more time to binge Promise content, so go do that. Go. Anyway, thank you for watching. Maybe I'll do another one of these segments. I wanted to have actual boba tea, like when I did this, but the pandemic said otherwise. So, bye.